edit.
Jon, thank you so much for coming. It's great to see you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You are freaking hilarious in this. I really, no, honest
Come
to
on.
God, like I couldn't stop. This movie is so ridiculous
Yes.
that it's hilarious. Was that your, initial reaction when you saw the script too?
It's nice of you to say I'm hilarious in the movie, but my role is very subdued. I play the father.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it, and I know, but it's still.
I know. I was trying to give you an answer, though.
Okay, sorry. Take two. Go for it. I'm sorry to interrupt
Done
because
now.
I still thought you were funny.
Done
It
now.
just was fun to watch you. See.
Time has passed us by. Yeah, well,
So you do play the father.
it's
okay.
nice of you to say that I was funny in this film, but my role in this film was not necessarily to be the funny father. I was supposed to be the stern father, perhaps a bit absurd that he would, be willing to sacrifice his son and yet treat him like, hey, it's your birthday, be happy. So there's a dichotomy to this guy and how he has to behave. But I wouldn't say he's hilarious. But what is hilarious and what attracted me to the script, like you mentioned, it was the perfect reason for a person to have to get laid, and I loved it. I loved the camaraderie between Jesse and Daryl.
Yes.
They were so good, and they were so perfectly cast and so believable. And the camaraderie between the two of them, one guy helping the other guy get laid, and it wasn't like some silly "I want to get laid" movie.
Right.
It was a "I have to get laid" movie, and that desperation comes across, and they exploit every possibility to try and get laid until that final scene where Daryl offers himself, and I won't say anything more than that because it would completely give it away, and I think I already have. But yeah.
No. It was, that was very, very funny.
Yeah.
And I can imagine, listen,
I can imagine.
you're a funny guy, no question about it, but working with somebody like Cary Elwes,
Yes.
how he looked in this movie,
Yeah.
how did you even get through the scenes?
Okay, Cary Elwes, number one, is a genius, okay? Cary Elwes works very hard on everything he does, and the amount of work he put into this film is incredible. I could not get through a scene with Cary Elwes, and a lot of people would look at me and say, "You're crazy, just do your lines, be in the moment," but I could not be in the moment. He had such a fine, believable little unibrow. He had these false teeth that were protruding out. He had this long, like, thinning gray hair, and he would do things. I can never get past a dramatic turn in a movie without laughing, so he would answer the phone and say, "All right, fine," and then you would be me, and he would turn to me and go, "Well," and that would drive me. He reminded me of the Emperor from Return of the Jedi. And he was just a complete insane person, slightly cross-eyed. It was completely unfair.
Yeah,
So
completely.
he was so committed and believable and great, and he's my favorite character in the entire movie. And he's funnier than people give him credit for because everything he did was so methodical. Yeah, he hilarious. But I laughed through everything. And he let me, as a seasoned actor, he let me laugh. He goes, "Look, man, I get it." So he was so fun. Yeah.
That's fantastic, and it's
yeah.
nice to be able to have that kind of collaboration with somebody like him as well.
Everyone collaborated, everyone laughed. We were stuck in Winnipeg, which means you become friends, and we went out for drinks every night and just became good friends. And everyone is just so lovely. It was one of those. Everyone says it, Everyone says, "Oh, it was the best cast, the best crew."
Yeah.
This was definitely, one of my best experiences.
And Jesse rocked it, like, don't you think?
Okay, Jesse J. Butts, okay, which is his real name. I'll tell you that story. But Jesse was so perfectly cast, and he was the leader, and it always trickles down from the top. So sometimes it's the director, sometimes it's the lead actor. But Jesse was on time, he was prepared, he knew his lines, and when the leader of the cast does that, everyone else falls into line. And not only that, he was hilarious. But give Daryl a lot of credit, because Daryl's a funny man, and Daryl makes Jesse laugh, and so their relationship off camera bleeds into their relationship on camera.
Little Spy Kid, like, who knew? He just grew up to be such a great actor. Kid. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy. He's fun. He's smart. He grew up quick, that guy. Yeah, he has to do a lot for his family and for everyone, and he's a good kid.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're most
racist, but other than that, a good kid.
Well, listen, everybody has their faults, right?
Yeah, great film. Too bad Daryl's racist. Other than that, great.
Jon, your most awkward teenage moment?
My most awkward? I can't tell you that.
Sure you can.
No, I can't.
Can I ask your sister?
I can't. Well, she wouldn't know. There are things I've done in my life that no one will ever find out. I will go to my grave. Genuinely, there are things I have done even thinking about it now, I feel like my moral center has changed. But yeah, no, there are things I can never say.
Never
But no,
divulge.
I mean, there's a bunch of things that I've done. Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I once, and it's weird that I'm admitting this because if I do admit this, it's on record and someone could remember it and say, hey, that was the guy. When my friend Chris got his driver's license, we drove around egging people's houses, but we had a purpose to it. We got every person we hated, you know, every bully, every jerk. But then we had a couple eggs left, and then we just decided, let's get any house. And we drove by this house, and it was like a Norman Rockwell painting. It was this beautiful bay window. You could see the mother ironing, the dad was watching TV, girl lying on the ground doing her homework. We're like, this is it. And so we hopped out of this van, 3 of us, and we just hit this window, whap, whap, whap. And so we had to tear off. And anyway, we got lost on these back streets. And then as we're coming back, this car pulls out of a lane. We realize we went back by the same street. And so this car chases us. And we got into about an hour chase with a guy who would occasionally hop out of a car when he caught us in a cul-de-sac, coming after us with a crowbar. And all of us were sitting in the back of the seat saying, do we pull over? Do we not? No, are you crazy? He'll kill us. It was insane. It was like a scene right out of a movie. It was terrifying. It was like having the Satanists from this movie chasing us down. It was that kind of fear.
You see, with the leftover eggs, you should have just made an omelet and left it at that.
All right, I'm dead.
No, come on.
Well, no, that's what do you mean make an omelet?
Why not? You have the leftover eggs.
Yeah, you make an omelet and then you throw that at the house. I get
No,
it, yeah.
just
I have
eat
so
it.
many better stories. Like, I did some horrible things. One thing I will never tell anyone,
Yeah.
probably 2 things I will never tell anyone. But no, there's things I've done that I feel guilty about, of course, but for no real reason. Prostitute, first prostitute, that was weird. Only prostitute, actually.
Okay.
And that was scary.
Yeah, that I can imagine.
We talked, and then I said, okay, I think it's best you go.
I think it's best you go. I have to ask you something. You're so
You
great.
have to?
I have to.
Okay,
because
go
this
ahead.
is personal. I want to know this.
Okay, sure, go ahead then.
I always think that stand-up comedy is the hardest job in the world, honest to God. I don't know
That's
how.
ridiculous.
No, I don't. How do you get up there and let it all out? And do you ever get nervous on stage? Does it ever freak you out?
Yeah, you get nervous, but not the kind of nerves that, you know, someone clearing landmines in Cambodia would feel, or not the kind of nerves that, you know, someone fighting guerrilla insurgents would feel. Like, my job is very easy. I work very few hours. I get to drink on stage. The only tough part is changing material, you know, coming up with new material. That's where you don't trust yourself. You're your own editor and writer, and how do you know what's funny? That's the only thing that's difficult. Otherwise, easiest job on earth. People who say it's the toughest job, they just haven't tried it.
Okay. Well, no, I haven't tried it. I didn't see it would scare me to death. So
You
you're
should
right.
try it.
Lastly, any messages to your lovely sister Allison, who I'm going to be on their show tomorrow? And what would you like to say
Okay,
to
so
her?
you're going to be on their show
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm on every week. I'm their entertainment insider.
Oh, okay, then
Yes.
I've heard you before.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you're going to be on the show tomorrow, and do I have a message for her? Okay,
Yeah.
so this is just
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Well, we'll strip the audio and.
Well, I'm going to be on the show today.
Okay.
so,
Well.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, well, what can we do here? Okay. How about this? Shit. Okay, let me think real quick.
You can let them in.
Ask Allison. It's got to be a good one, though. Ask Allison. Ask Allison about the time she cried with a dead cat in her hands walking down the street.
Got it.
That's all you got to do.
I will.
Ask her about the time she had to cry walking with a dead cat down the street.
I will do that, John. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. And like
I don't think it wasn't beneficial. My answers were long-winded. I don't
weren't-
know how you're going to use them.
Dude, they'll be used. I promise you.
I'm just going to do this real quick. Great funny film. I wouldn't even say a great Canadian film. I'd say a great movie.
I'm with you on that. It's
Yeah.
really, really fun.
Really fun relationship between Daryl and Jesse. Hilarious. And it is like a Superbad meets Rosemary's Baby, so I hope people go see it.
I hope people
it's
see it too.
really funny.
It is very funny. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you.
And
Thank
there's
you.
tits in it.